If you came across this today, know that you will be okay, my friend. You will be okay. You will find a way to heal. You will find a way to experience more love. You will find a way to break through if you find yourself in some kind of financial situation. Don't put too much hope onto something outside of you, but recognize that you will overcome what you're facing with right now. Get your power back into you and remind yourself, I will figure this out. I am powerful and I'm capable of finding solutions. Know that you will get through. You will be okay. I don't know how many of you need to hear this today, but I felt so deeply inspired. I actually received a vision for this message that I wanted to share with you. So the vision was, there was like a human step. You know, if you would have a camera on the ground and there would be a human step just walking forward. And then I got this insights, like someone is moving on right now. Maybe you felt stuck, or maybe you felt like you've been holding yourself back. Maybe you've been contemplating on something, or maybe you've been just, jumping from one distraction to another, or maybe you've been mentally overwhelmed or emotionally overwhelmed and you've been feeling a bit lost in your life. But right now you've started thinking, hey, it's time to move. It's time to step forward. If that's you, my friend, you came to the right place, because I have so much to talk to you. So much. So maybe you feel you're healing. Maybe you feel you are overcoming something so you can become something more. Do you feel that, my friend? Because, every time we find ourselves at a place where we know something more is possible for us, it means that we are partially already there. There would be no voice and no guidance or no inspiration if there would be no possibility. So in one sense, inspiration or guidance or this video always come to you because there is a greater level you're stepping to. And I know that because when I've been stepping into something I'm living today, there was an inspiration that was finding me and guidance, and I received what I needed to receive back at that time. So today I can be a messenger for you. And if you're receiving this, it means there's a future you that is guiding you to become it. There's abundant you that is guiding you to become it. There's healed you that is guiding you to become more healed, to become healthy, to become wealthy once again, happy once again. It means there's possibility. When there's possibility, there's hope. When there's hope, there's vision. When there's vision, there's drive. When there's drive, there's purpose. When there's purpose, there's need for action, right? And that's what I'm bringing today to you. So I hope you can receive this energy today. This energy of hope that will turn into drive, that will turn into purpose, that will turn into clarity around tasks you need to set for yourself so your mind is not shattered. What I've been receiving today for you was get your energy back, pull your energy back, cut the cords that are draining you, protect your energy, maybe even create some shield around you. Sometimes we visualize a shield around ourselves, especially if you're more sensitive or more empathic. You can visualize a shield. There's actually a lot of science where they've recognized that when you're visualizing, even if you're visualizing just shield around you, your mirror neurons will become less active, which means you will be less affected by what you're seeing around you. Your brain will calm down into alpha brainwave frequency, where your nervous system will receive a signal from your brain that you're safe. Your vagus nerve, which is the longest nerve in your nervous system, will calm down and your body will start to feel loved again. So this is an act of love when you actually protect your energy. When you protect your energy and you feel more love, more connection for life and with life, you recognize life placed you here. Oh yes, life placed you here. And suddenly creativity opens up and you start to think, oh, if life placed me here, life has a purpose for me. It's not about figuring out what the purpose is. It means you create it. The purpose of life is a life of purpose, which means you create it, right? You make a purpose for you based by what is the most interesting to you. Oh yes. And sometimes it's healing. Sometimes it's a certain journey. Sometimes it's building up something. Sometimes it's making art. Like, I'm an artist. I'm a painter. You see barely paintings behind me here. Is just one that I'm working on. And that's how I create a purpose for myself. So no, my friend, the pain that you feel won't last. It won't last. I've noticed in my life that pain is some kind of a sense that release must be created. So when we feel pain around anything, around a relationship, if we can, we need to communicate it, right? If there's pain in our lifestyle because we maybe less or lack some adventure or lack something new, to release that pain is to start doing something new. If there's pain because we're too chaotic, well, being more organized and channeling our energy towards something, having clarity around our tasks will turn pain into process. If there's pain related to lack of something, we will only release it when we will start resolving the challenge. And sometimes to resolve a challenge is actually to ask your inner mind to help you. To ask your inner intelligence to help you, to guide you. And maybe I'm here for you today to give you some guidance, to remind you, you got this. Stop giving way too much of your power outside of you, because it's you that will figure it out. It's you that will figure it out. Don't feel powerless. Start to feel powerful once again. What does it mean? Well, how does it feel when you start to feel powerful once again? It's a shift in your inner narrative. It's a different story where you go from lack to whole. You see, your true identity is I am. When you don't feel whole, it means you're over-identified with something that happened to you, which is okay. Maybe you need to resolve it. But it also means that if you change the perspective, if you return back to I am, not intellectually, but feel yourself beyond space and time, and you will notice you are a powerful creator. You've created this body, you've created this environment. At least some things. You've created order or you've created chaos. You've created love or conflict. There's many things you've created, because on the level of third dimensional reality, everything works through patterns. And when we begin to read patterns, we recognize whatever we do, we're training patterns, right? Through behavior, through habits, through thinking, through beliefs. Those are all patterns. And when we start noticing, okay, here I feel stuck because every time I think about it, I run away, I avoid it. So there's a pattern of avoidance, right? And therefore, every time you think about something that is maybe stuck in your life, this pattern of avoidance will kind of motivate you to not look into it because there's a source of pain. But if you start looking into it, you break the pattern of avoidance. This is powerful. So then you face with it, and suddenly there will be an insight what to do. There will come the right information to you that will help you how to resolve it. And you will know that because you have experienced this before. And the point is that you don't need all the answers to begin. You don't need all the answers to begin. You just need to start breaking patterns that are maybe harmful for you or destructive for you. Sometimes people like to follow certain impulses to receive pleasure because there's a void they're running away from. Maybe you have some kind of a void inside of you that you've been running away from, and that void is actually causing you not to feel whole. Also, that void is an illusion, because when you look into it, you will notice that what you truly need is to love yourself the way you are, to accept yourself the way you are. And when you do, you will feel charged once again. And when you feel charged, you will notice there's a lot of energy to create something, because fundamentally you are the creator. You're here to create whatever you choose to create. Art, businesses, something helpful or valuable for others, whatever it is, you're here to create something. And when you're not creating, you're actually creating some kind of void inside of you. And then you start avoiding things because, well, what feels the most unpleasant holds answers for you. So, my friend, I told you, you will figure things out. You will find a way. And at some point, you will learn that the real love you've been looking for starts when you stop abandoning yourself. When you stop abandoning yourself and you actually start loving yourself. Have you ever asked yourself what you truly love doing? What you truly love doing the most? Have you ever made a list of it? Like, at times when you feel something is missing, could you do something you love to do? And when it comes to something you love to do, I don't mean just something that will be easy or distracting, like watching a movie. Those are all great things, but still, what about some sports? What about exploring places? What about talking to strangers? Or I don't know what it is. Ladies, buying flowers to yourself. Whatever it is, right? Make a list of what you love the most, what you truly love the most. Make at least 20 things on that list, because you're doing many things that you don't like, most probably, many things that you maybe even hate. But how many times you do things that you love? Because that's where self-love begins. Well, life is not just about beautiful things and what we love to do, but if we don't create balance of love and, well, some other responsibilities, then we'll feel kinda drained and empty, right? So the message today maybe here is for you. You've just neglected the part of you that makes you thrive, that makes you shine your beautiful life. And my friend, you're beautiful. Oh yes, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. And maybe more frequently you should tell that to yourself. I am beautiful. I accept myself. I feel, well, maybe strange, but it's beautiful. Strange is beautiful. I feel awkward, but yeah, awkward is also great because it makes you different. Or it makes you feel like you're trying. Like you don't need to play to be professional if you're actually trying and beginning. So being awkward is, well, part of the process. Embracing that will make you professional, right? So it's like not skipping things, because when we try to skip something, we recognize there's too big of a gap to get to where we want to get, so we don't even start, right? Don't skip the steps. Everything that feels a bit strange is a part of getting towards where you want to feel more love, more happiness, more grace, more abundance, more connection, right? Everything that feels a bit strange, a bit awkward, a bit out there is also a part of the steps getting there. So yes, make a list of things you love to do. And then at times when you feel empty, ask yourself, have you been doing any of these things? Have you been giving to yourself what you deserve? Right? Because sometimes the world will not notice what you deserve. So those are the times when you need to notice what you deserve. So you stop blaming them, what they done to you, what they said to you. and you actually provide to yourself what you deserve. Because, well, the funny thing about this life is that when you start giving to yourself what you need and what you deserve, you start respecting yourself, right? You start honoring yourself. You start caring yourself and caring for yourself. Oh yes, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. And when you start caring for yourself, taking care of yourself, respecting yourself, well, something will change. I can promise you that. Something will change. You know, just recently I've started receiving so many of these messages that said, you know, for 3 years you've been saying a breakthrough is coming. Believe in yourself. Keep working. Keep doing it. And now, suddenly, it all started happening. So it's funny that this started happening. You know, I started receiving these messages, but I always say to those people, hey, you're a proof. You're a proof that believing in yourself takes you far. Sometimes it takes 3 years, sometimes 5 years. But if you're really doing the work, if you're really taking care of yourself and really noticing, catching these thoughts that are saying to you, this is what I deserve and this is what I will provide to myself, eventually you will get there because you are the creator, right? Maybe life told you that you need to constantly please others so you would be accepted, or that you need to be this kind of a way so, I don't know, the world will accept you. But then you've noticed, oh no, I will do it my own way, and I will show the world what it means to be authentic, what it means to be different, what it means to be unique. And you became unique, right? And the world values uniqueness. Yeah, but uniqueness requires bravery and courage. That's why there's not many unique people. You became one of them, and that's something worthy to be celebrated for. The world will celebrate you when you learn to celebrate you and shine your light, right? So, as I said, real love begins when you stop abandoning yourself. A stronger you is waiting on the other side is something that I've written down. A stronger you is waiting on the other side. So the other side of what, my friend? The other side of what? You may be standing here and I'm tired of being strong. Okay, it happens as well. So then don't be strong, be soft. Learn to be soft. Learn to be a bit more gentle. Like, I know a few people who've been trying to be strong all their lives because their fathers were emotionless and they've never learned to talk. Like, I'm coming from a family where we never talked much. So I've recognized that I need to learn to communicate, and I actually need to learn to pull off the walls that I've built around myself. This was some kind of a softness. When I met Maya, my partner, I've learned to talk. I've learned to open myself up. It took me quite some time actually. So I've recognized, okay, there's one part, be strong when you need to be strong. But then in order to get stronger, you also need to learn to be soft, to be vulnerable, right? Because how can you strengthen the parts of you don't understand? Well, the way you talk about them, right? You talk about what you don't understand about you, and that is called vulnerability. So if you're tired of being strong, learn to be soft, learn to be more vulnerable. Maybe this is the part where you are right now, learning to be vulnerable with someone or even with yourself. Like, how many times you have these routines with yourself where you're honest with yourself, where you admit to yourself, okay, this is what I don't like and this is what I like. And then go deeper. Why I don't like it? What's the energy behind it? What could I start doing differently? And so on and so on. And you will notice it will change you. And suddenly you will get onto the other side of where you used to be. That is powerful, my friend. Very powerful. I also wrote that healing can be messy. Healing can be messy, but it's still a progress. Like, you know, I sometimes see healing as working on a painting. You start with a vision. Like, I start each painting with a vision, and you can find my paintings on AttractPassion.com or the link in the description of this video to see what kind of paintings I'm creating. So I started with an idea, and when we come across this idea that we need to heal, or we need to heal something about ourselves, there's also some kind of a vision or idea who we want to be. Like, I want to be more calm, or I want to be more courageous, or I want to be more connected, or I want to be more present. So there's a reason why we want to do it, right? But then we start doing it and we recognize it's not how we expected it to be. Like, when I start painting, it always takes me into some different ways than I thought it will go. And I actually need to trust my capability of turning that vision onto a canvas. Same in healing, you kind of need to trust your intuition, that you're doing it right, that your meditations are making results, that your relationships will heal, that whatever feels messy right now will also get organized, because chaos is just between one order and another. There's a season of being, quite well, being organized, and there will be a chaotic season where everything will be a bit out of order, only to trigger you in ways where you can overcome it and upgrade yourself and create a new order. And that is a messy place, right? That is a messy place. Sometimes you think you're doing it right, sometimes you feel you're not doing it right. Sometimes you see results of your work and sometimes you don't see results of your work. Sometimes you're in a higher energy and sometimes you're in a lower energy. Those are all, phases. At those times, it's very important that we ground ourselves, that we spend more time in nature. In nature, we learn, hey, move slower, and know that what you do affects everything. So just be more patient with your action and be more kind to yourself and have compassion towards these areas of you that feel judgmental, that feel like you can't accept yourself, or that feel guilt for what you've done. And just remind yourself, it's normal that you are not perfect. It's normal that you are not perfect. Don't be too hard on yourself, because you will notice that each day you are making micro improvements. Even when you make few steps backwards, you're still making micro improvements. Maybe you say, oh, I've lost that good habit again. I've fallen for that trap again. I've been scammed again, or whatever it is. But every time it happens, you learn something new about you. And that is progress. Eventually, you will know so much about you that you will say it's not worth it to burn myself again. It's not worth it to place finger into the fire again, because I know where it takes me. So the magic happens when you start noticing the pattern before it even starts. You catch yourself before you even fall. That's when you've healed, right? Because you've learned where something takes you if you don't change a direction. So before it even happens, you change a direction and you start moving towards that future you that looks to all these things as a part of the past, not part of the present. And that's when you get into gratitude. So gratitude is a state of looking at all these things as it was a part of your past. More you spend your days in gratitude, more you know that you've overcame all of that. So my friends, just remind yourself that you're far greater than you think, and that you've evolved so much more than you believe. So don't be so hard on yourself right now and have love for yourself. I know these words may sometimes sound empty, But if we really visualize ourselves loving ourselves, if we really see ourselves in completeness, in wholeness, like the way God would see you, or the way this universe created particles and put everything together so you are here right now, you would notice there's more things right with you than wrong with you, right? And change a perspective so you can see it like that as well. Not that there's no space for improvement, but to know that it's not the point, that you're only looking for improvement. Also see the things that are very great with you already, so you find the balance. Yes, you find the balance, my friend. You will manifest everything you're looking for. Everything will find you. You will make all of that possible. You will have more love, more joy, more happiness, more abundance, more wealth, more of that. But don't make this journey too complicated or just waiting when it will happen. No, my friend. Right now, wealth is within you or with you. Happiness is here, my friend. More frequently, tap into it. Get back to that list of things you love to do. Love is here. Don't wait for a partner to feel loved, because it means there's a void you hope someone else will complete. But it will not. You will still need to love yourself, even if you will be in a relationship. And don't think that having more money will fix your problems, because it will not. It will make more problems. Because out of that void, you will start filling it with things you can buy. So nothing outside of you will fix what is lacking inside of you. So turn into what is lacking and know that you've been maybe just over-identified with certain ideas or memories from the past. And see where you can tap into more wholeness. And how can you learn to express yourself more frequently? Get yourself more into creative modes rather than reactive modes. Because it will start charging you up and it will make your life more fun, more beautiful, and more adventurous. That's the point. That's when great things start happening to us, because we start walking with life, with the flow of life, with the law of life that says it's all moving forward. There's the rhythm, the flow to it, and you can surf it by being creative with your life. Finding peace, and then in peace, finding creative ideas that will take you on for this new level of evolution you're walking towards right now. My friend, I hope you found great value in today's message. I'm sending you all lots of love, blessings, and power. Big thanks to all of you for choosing to support my art, to buy my paintings. You can find my paintings on AttractPassion.com or the link in the description of this video. They've been created, they're like symbols that can remind you of what truly matters. So see which painting resonates with you the most. And also join us on Patreon for more exclusive content, guided meditations, so much more. Check it out. The link is also in the description of this video. Until next time, one love.